Death Grips. Objectively the best band of the 21st century. I think it's pretty well documented on this channel by now that I'm a pretty big fan of Death Grips. As much as I do enjoy them, I'm not here to suck their dick on their revolutionary, boundary-pushing, generation-inspiring production of music. If you want to see that, then I recommend you go watch The Needle Drop, who does a very articulate way of sucking their dick. Instead, today I'm going to be metaphorically sucking this Hampson man's dick. MC Ride. His real name is Stefan Burnett, but he's more commonly known as MC Ride, his onstage persona or his character that he's made up. MC Ride isn't a real person, right? He's a persona, he's a character type thing. But in saying that, that doesn't undervalue what he has to say and the messages that he has to send. I think Stefan, through MC Ride, is a bit of a genius. I would compare him to Shakespeare and Edgar Allan Poe, but to be honest, he just makes them look like phonies. Most times you can't even understand him, so I understand why people think it's just a meme, him shouting all the time. But what he's actually shouting can be pretty interesting. Black Paint. Black Paint's one of my favorite Death Grips songs. It's just so raw energy. Like, nobody else can match this energy, I think. This song actually pisses me off when I listen to it. It's just about wanting to be shrouded in darkness and finding comfort in darkness. I think it's interesting that they can be so loud and obnoxious but still relate to people. That somebody else gets pissed off that as I do and also finds comfort in darkness. That's relatable. I don't know if you can relate to it. I know I can. Yeah, very cool ride. Anyway, another one. By Death Grips. It's just about Ride not caring and people around him failing to understand that. That's something I can relate to, at least. Like, people having expectations of you that you just don't care to meet because you don't care. Or even something as simple as like being invited to a party or a social event and not caring to go, but being ridiculed for not going to something you didn't even care about in the first place. Anyway, this brings me to the most polarizing emotional song by Death Grips, I think, which I think a lot of fans can agree on, is On GP. If you know the song as well as I do, you know why it's so polarizing and why it means so much to a lot of people. It's about suicide. I'm not saying I want to kill myself, just a warning. It's not like your typical emo bullshit rap. It's not like that shitty emo meme music like Crawling in My Skin or Wake Me Up, which there's a reason those songs aren't taken seriously by anyone. On GP is actually depressing. Like, you just get the feeling that it's not a phase for Stefan and that he doesn't remember a time when he didn't want to kill himself. You feel that it's real because of the lyrics and delivery and also the tone of their instrumental. He's not in character. He's not being a shouty, annoying, like obnoxious piece of shit. He's just being real. It's not that he's defeated by his own circumstances and seeing suicide as a way out. It's just that he's tired. He also expresses how he isn't afraid of taking his own life like most people are. So it's not really an issue for him to get over that fear anymore. He already has. He just hasn't followed through with it yet. Mainly because the people around him, he says, keeping him in a state of I'm not going to do it, but I'm not sure if I want to do it or not. And that's how he lives his life. Just not sure if he wants to. Just suicidal. He lives his life not killing himself, but suicidal. Alright. This is morbid. But I think that's okay. This brings me to like another thing. There have been people I've shown the lyrics to On GP to, and within the first 3 lines of reading it, they've said things like, do you know how much money they're making off this? Or why don't you read stuff that's more happy? And it sort of made me understand that no matter how genuine or how heartfelt a message is, there's always a chance it might get ignored or rejected because that person doesn't want to think morbidly. They don't want to subject themselves to that type of thinking, so they just reject it. I would even take it so far as to say people who reject that type of thinking contribute to why people actually end up doing it to themselves. One of the contributors. I think it's just another reason for them to feel worthless, as if their own thoughts aren't even valid. As if As if they didn't feel bad enough, and now you're telling them that their thoughts aren't even valid. They're definitely not gonna speak to you again about it, which means it's one less person for them to talk to it about, and they're gonna feel worthless. More worthless than they already are. Anyway, this video is in a completely different tone than every single other one of mine. I understand if you want to stay blissfully ignorant and not take in what they want to say. Like, Ride even says on plenty of his songs, don't think the way he does or else you'll end up depressed. So I don't even recommend you taking them seriously. That seriously. Except on GP, of course. It's a balance. It's dare I say yin yang. Death Grips being the dark of it. I realize I probably painted Death Grips as this really morbid thing, right? About suicide. That's not true at all. Although a lot of their songs do revolve around death, seeing as though they are called Death Grips, there is a lot of just fun to be had with their songs and music. This video is probably really cringy. I'm probably just contributing to the Death Grips cringe fan base at this point. Anyway, I didn't know how to finish the video, so thanks for watching. If you want more videos like this, I know I sort of probably left a lot of shit out and it wasn't that coherent because it's my first time doing something like this, a think piece. So gay calling it that, but that's probably what it is. If you want more, just let me know. I did enjoy making it. It does take a lot longer than just garbage. So yeah, let me know if you want more. It's probably no good leaving suggestions because I'm only going to do it on what I think is interesting. But you can if you want. I don't know. See ya. Hope you enjoyed it. Share it if you want. I'd appreciate that if you shared the video. Because I want more views, obviously. Okay, see ya.